Good afternoon, YouTube man. Always George Page, aka the Emperor of Female Body Talk, coming to you live on YouTube. Well, folks, today is the 4th of July. I hope you're enjoying it with family and friends and those close to you. I was just over at my sister's house. We're setting things up for our little thing. So after I'm finished, I'm going back. I'm going to have a little food. Have a little drink. Like I don't drink, like drink. You know what I mean? I'm not into the spirits. So anyway, this to stop topic is about the upcoming show is coming out this weekend. It's supported is the Portugal Pro, and the big question is, are we going to have competitors for this show? You know, it's just this year has been too much of a good year for women's bodybuilding in general. I mean, between injuries and other stuff going on, it's been kind of a slow start. You know, and Portugal is that's another country. That's all the way another country. And the question is, were the ladies attending? Well, one issue is that there's one person I think she might go to do a show because she won it before, and that is Anastasia Ladanova. Now, Anastasia, she won it last year, and she earned her first Olympic qualification, but there was travel issues and all that. She couldn't come to Olympia in 2021. But then there's some sad news is going on with Anastasia. I saw this was posted on Female Bobbin channel that she has visa issues, and we all know why. Because the fact is, what's going on over there in Russia, they invaded Ukraine. Russia's been, shut down. I mean, not really shut down. They've been, just totally, just denied a lot of stuff. Recently, banks and stuff, and McDonald's and all these other companies are pulling out from Russia, and also Russian athletes are being denied to compete. So she says she's going to work out, maybe do a couple of shows overseas, and she may not be able to get to Olympia. It'd be nice to have shows in her book. So I wish there was a way that it could be done because she's also Women's Strength Ambassador. If there was a way she can get a visa, come here and compete, she has a great physique. She has a great look to her. I hope for the best for her future. I want to see more of her. And, like I said, there's a lot of. I think another Russian. I think it's two. Anastasia Levinova, I think, and Anastasia Kovalova, who both are from Russia. Anastasia's a lot bigger, and she's a little younger, and she's massive. And the question is, I know last year I remember I was following her. She said she was going to do that show, but then she's changed her mind. And I don't know what's it's all up in the air now. I think there one thing is when any American competitors come, I don't know. This would be a good opportunity to see how you stand up against some of the top female bodybuilders over in Europe. But the cost of traveling from America to Portugal, that's a lot with some people. And if you can't afford to do it, Um, Also, one lady who I follow, she's a physique competitor, and that's Barbara Manjan. Barbara is, she's fourth place at the Olympia. And she just the second time she took fourth place. She took fourth place in 2020 and turned around and took again in 2021. And I follow her. And I remember I was telling her that, now with the changing of qualifications, it's no longer top five, it's top three. And that's like that's older. Just I'm gonna say the word bullshit. How they did that to all other divisions except for men's bodybuilding. We all know men's bodybuilding is the foundation of the Olympia. But why take away qualification? People, hey, I work hard, I earned it, I got in the top five. Now I gotta do a show or win by points to get back in again. So that's just some other crap. I said the other word too. I don't want to say the word too many times. But she is going to do that show. And also, there's we see we follow some social media stuff that the All Sports Classic in UK is bringing back physique to their show. So she's also doing that. Some other ladies who I follow also doing that show. One lady by the name of Joni Lyons, she's doing that show. There's also I think Jody is supposed to be doing another show here in the States. So I'm a fan of Jody. She's been on my live stream before. We keep in contact. A while back, Jody mentioned that she was visiting her sister here in North Carolina in Wilmington, and she asked me, how far I stay. I said, well, I'm like 100 miles out of your way. And she said, I said, well, it would be nice to meet her in person. But I think she's going to be Savannah. I'm going plans to go to Savannah in a couple of months, and I get to meet her and live in person. That's a great opportunity. But the question is, who else is be? Who's going to join this? There's so few women I think I can think of right now. One person I can think of who probably is Margita Zavalova. Now Margita, She went into Olympia by points in 2021. Actually, 2020, I mean. And then she won a qualification at the Europa Championships last year. Her and Sylvia Mate, Maddie or Mate, I don't want to say wrong. So there's a possibility she might do the show. It's easy for her. She lives in, I think she lives in Czech Republic. It'd be easier for her to do that show there than because it's the only show, European show. But it used to be the Portugal Pro and the Europa Championships that were two qualifications, new qualifiers for the Olympia. But so for some reason they pushed the Europa Championships back to November. So I mean that's now so that means that you have at least three shows that's Olympia qualification. That's the Europa Championships, that's the Romania Muscle Fest, and the Big Man Weekend. And the Portugal Pro is called the Big Man Evolution, but we just call it Portugal Pro. Now I don't know what's who else I can think of. There's a bunch more. There's a lady who I've become acquainted with, Miss Ivana. I forgot to say her name right. She recently switched from women's bodybuilder. She did Romania, and I think she's the Big Man Weekend. She could possibly do that show. That's the last show can get you qualification, or she'll wait and do the Europa or the Romanian or the Big Ben Weekend. Also, a lady who I'm acquainted with, the lovely Miss Stacy Nunez. Staff Sergeant Nunez is over there in Germany. She's doing her duty, that's where she's doing her serving her time. And we were talking that she wanted to do some shows in the States, but she knew that it'd be travel back and forth and getting off time because you're in the military. Hey, you gotta all our paperwork. I'm out jumping hoops, so she could possibly maybe wait and do the two shows after this season qualification, and then just start all over again. She could probably do. I think it'd be smart for her to do maybe the Europa Championship and or the Romania Muscle Fest or the Big Man Weekend after that. So those are two shows within her area where she can do. Also, remember I sent the link for the show coming up to people like Asher Hadley. And Asher, I think she's seen it. Also, Pauline Nelson, I believe she's seen it, and a couple others. And this would be an opportunity. This is a show. Coach Smith, but I think Asher, she's not ready yet. I think Asher might possibly maybe shoot for either Chicago or Tampa. And you got Atlanta coming up next week, or I think we got next week. I think, yeah, week next week, or she can shoot for Savannah again because that's where she earned her qualification for the Olympia back in 2020 when she won the Savannah Pro. But don't know what's going on. Now, I usually have my partner in crime here, Jared, but I think he's spending some time. I sent him the link, but that's all right. It's not part of me doing by myself. Wish he told me if you wanted to come on later or not, but I'm used to it. Being by myself. I used to do this by myself for a good while. But the thing is that these shows over Europe, there are so few other bodybuilders. Now, somebody who just thought about, just popped in my head, Bronca, I forgot her last name. She took second at the Romanian last year to Nadia Capasoto. I think she might do this show because she was a physique competitor, but she switched to women's bodybuilding. This show can probably get a qualification. All she had to do is come in better condition than all the other women. If she can, and she's impressive. I've seen her. She is very physically impressive. She's still better on the small side you call considered for female bodybuilding, but it's not a here or there. If she had put on a little more size, because the thing is, condition is good. Condition is important, but also size is important. Sometimes you want those full, as I say, muscle bellies, especially when it's bodybuilding. The women bodybuilders have more development. I would say if you are a competitor who's thinking about, let me do a show and see how I do. Maybe do this show. I know it's out of your way. It's like other side of the world, but you know what? That could be a way to get you in. As you know, we had a show. There was a show in Brazil, and at one point there was only one woman competing show, but then it was two. And I think one of the ladies at that show, her name is Asconi. Aconi. I'm sorry, I don't want to put. I think I call her Miss AB because um, She could do this show because I think she done Europe Championships as both as a physique and bodybuilder, different in 20 and 2021. And last year she did Europa as a physique competitor. She can try to do this show as a bodybuilder. And I think she already has points. She already has 4 points. And this show is probably a fourth tier show, which would give another 4 points to get an eight. You know, and if she can do some shows in the states, that could help her out. But it's she lives in Brazil. The cost of traveling is a lot on these competitors. I mean, like I said, if bodybuilding was a lot more profitable for these women, if they had like sponsors and some more assistance, they can really do good. They can do better. So anyway, um, I think with the physique part, you'll see a lot of bodies. There's a lady who I saw who recently competed last year at that show as a figure competitor. Her name was Coley Amande. She's from, I think, Switzerland. No, I think she's Sweden. I believe Sweden. And she took 16th place in figure. But she decided to switch over to women's physique, and I think she might do the show. I saw her do an interview with female body channel, and she talked about. She said she probably would do. She wanted to do a show. She said she wanted to do a show in the states, and that's the thing is, you come to the states, there's more opportunities, there's more shows. You'll probably qualify depending on how your conditioning comes in. And I think with the physique division, there's more shows, more stages than compared to women's bodybuilding. I think sometimes I think there was like maybe mm, while we're waiting for shows uh like the Chicago Pro or also the Atlanta, there'll probably be 2 or 3 shows between that. So but like I said, I'm just kind of I'm hoping because like I said, I'm a fan and I hope these ladies get off. One thing I was talking with is you follow my channel. I went to an event where it was a seminar and meet and greet with the great Miss Shana Bar, Mrs. Shana Bar as well. I want to correct myself, and it was great. It was amazing. I enjoyed myself. I met a couple of women who were up and coming in the NPC. You got to see you, Shauna. Did some little interviews, and it was exciting. Being me, this guy who's like a small content maker, being an event. I wish I had better gear. All I had was my tablet to record the some of the interviews and take pictures. I have my phone too, but I would like to get to that level where I can do like get like a special camera and stuff like that. I can do pictures and record a little better. If this is how I don't do this too often. If you see in the bottom of the screen here, there's my Cash App, my Venmo, and my PayPal. And I don't ask this too often for you folks, but you know, brother can use a little donation every now and then. I mean, I know things are tough, and it's the holidays. Y'all people out there, the price of gas is crazy. Inflation's going up. But you know what? I could use the assistance. I mean, I really want my content channel to grow. And if you feel like you want to sponsor a brother, hey, throw a few bucks my way. I could take it. Put it in my pocket. I like to. One thing I like to do is buy some good equipment, like especially I have a laptop. My laptop's pretty good, but I would like to do if I could get a desktop with more space. I can set up editing programs and edit music into videos, stuff like that. Like I said, the tablet I got it does pretty good. I like that video that I put on my channel. You know, a couple like yesterday where I had to reboot it. As I talked about in one of my live streams. It's good, but I would like to do more. I want to do more. And but like I said, I'm just asking. But you don't have to. You don't want to. It's your choice. But big question is, what's gonna these seasons gonna be? Is everybody just waiting for the bigger shows? Or everybody just I think injuries is one thing. I was talking with Shauna. She remember she a while back had a shoulder injury. She had surgery. I know Sheena Oleg. She was on an interview where she mentioned she had got some shoulder issues. We all know about Hel Dravino when with her issues. A couple of ladies who I heard that were also going through some medical issues, back problems, sometimes even I think some women got injured during the training section or just stuff is happening. And it's wear and tear of the body. It happens. But still, some of these women are game opponents. They want to compete, they want to prove themselves, and I respect them for that. So, like I said, we have to wait and see how the rest of the season is going to be. So we got to cross our fingers. Well, I know people, y'all busy. Everybody's right now setting up barbecues, about to shoot firecrackers. I don't think it'll be. I think look like it's gonna. Where I live at right now, look like it's about to rain. So, so I'll be here for maybe a good few more minutes, and then I'll probably go back to my sister's and hang with her and watch some TV and eat a little bit. I don't eat too much. Like I said, I cooked a little bit. I cooked some meatballs and some smokies and some broccoli with broccoli and a cauliflower. Put a little seasoning on it. It's good. It's healthy. Try to be healthy. You want to eat good, but also sometimes you want to be healthy too. So, as you know, the big question is again, who's gonna make this show? And like I said, I don't know all the players. A couple like I said again, I mentioned especially those women who live in like countries like, there's quite a few women in Eastern Europe, like around Germany, the Czech Republic. Also some women in countries like, not men's bodybuilders used to be like somebody. I think Lisa Cross. It's all about that. Lisa Cross could do this show because Portugal is not too far from the UK. So that'd be sure to get her qualification for the Olympia. I would say I would. That's like I said, I follow Lisa Cross. She don't post too. She posts a lot of stuff, but she don't post a lot of training stuff. She posts more entertaining, little intimate stuff, a little, some little more rousing stuff. But if she's in a condition, she can possibly. And this is one person who I follow. I think she might do the show if she looks in great condition. That's Jay Fuchs. I have not seen Jay Fuchs since 2018. I mean, when she got screwed out of Chicago, took third place, and then she bounced back and won the North Fork. So Jay has been competing almost 4 years. She's been getting bigger. She's been training. I think Jay's 50 years old, and I've seen pictures of her. I mean, she is. Jay is just wow. Big question is, will she compete? I want to know. I mean, I think it's been so long since we've seen her compete. But one thing is the cost of competing, But I think Jay does pretty good on the on that end, financially, because she does a lot of stuff on the side. She has OnlyFans. She does I think some. She start. I think I just saw her start doing some live stream sessions, so that's enough for me to put a few bucks together. And also I know she likes to compete in the states because she used to compete like maybe a couple of shows every so often here. She might just try to do the Portugal Pro, and if she don't get a qualification, she might wait for a show like Chicago or maybe Tampa. Where in which she can go in and depending on do. Now, one person I'm thinking might do this show if she's ready is Mona Pasolay. And Mona, she won the Tampa last year, and I was thought she was going to do Toronto this year, but she didn't because it was in her own backyard. You would think you would probably do a show that's in your own backyard, so you wouldn't have to go all the way to do another show in the states. You do one here, boom, you sit and wait for the Olympia, or also she's going to be at the Rising Phoenix, so that's a possibility. Uh, you know, can't think. I'm trying to think of somebody else. I'm looking into my social media. I'm looking at some of the ladies who I follow, especially the ones who are in Europe, and I'm trying to guess who's a possible, competitor for the Olympia. I mean, for the Portugal. Phew, I don't know. Some physique competitors. There's a lot of them over there in Europe. Let's see. This has been a great show for Jada Beverly. Because Jada, she took a step back because of what happened. She was with her medical issues. She needed to take some time off. I think that'd been a great show for Jada to try out because it's not in the states. She go over there, fly, see how she does. She might even might even win. See, one lady I'm looking at is Akima Jones. Akima competed Chicago last year, took fourth, also best poser. And she might, I don't know. I follow her, and I don't know. She hadn't said anything. Uh, One of my dear friends was Tana Huey. She lives in Canada, but I think she says she's shooting for a show in about a month from now. So that's she's out. Let's see. I see. I see. I see. uh, trying to think who else. I would say one lady I'm looking at, Kristen Lay. Kristen Lay, who did a couple of shows here in the States. I think she should do this show because, Portugal, Australia is a good distance from Portugal, but it's not as far as compared to America. I think from Australia to America is almost like a day's flight. You got to stop, get another flight coming in. From Australia to Portugal should be a lot easier. So, she does women's physique. So that'd be a show she should try. Maybe they'll get a qualification. Sure, I don't think she had that many points now in the point race. I can always check. Irene Anderson, who just, oh my God, it's popped in my head. Irene Anderson to do this show. As you know, Irene is fifth for in the, she's fifth for Miss Olympia, but she's got 11 points right now. And, it would be more convenient for her because the fact is, you know, if she'll do it on the show and just sits on 11 points, it's not enough to get into the Olympia. Because the fact is, you already have, I think, you got Michelle Jen, who always, I think, got 22 points. Uh, you got Mona and Stephanie Fletcher, who have 12, and she has 11. But right now, Stephanie, we don't know if she's going to compete or not because I think she's dealing with a foot injury. Mona, we're still waiting on her. So if it'd be smart for Irene to do this show so Sweden, she lives in Sweden, so Sweden, shouldn't be too far from Portugal. She can do the show and get a qualification, or she can get like points where she added to her points. She get puts her up into second place because I think it's 4 points for the show. All she needs is like 3 or 4 more points to get behind Michelle Jin. If she can get those 3 or 4 more points, she's good. She can get at least 15 or 14 points. Yeah, and that's just against Mona's and Stephanie's 12 points. That'll be all right. But like I said, she has to do another show. But that means that she has to come here and do another show because there will be no more shows, for qualification till next year. Because I said again, the Europa was pushed back to November. So Irene could possibly do a show over there. Yeah, but I think Irene. Let me see. I'm looking here. On my social media. Like I said, Anastasia Kobaleva. She, like I said again, she was going to do it last year. So she might try to do a show. Let's see. I said Ivana. Jay Fuchs. It's a good number of women could do the show. Just all about timing, how condition is. And like I said, Jay is pretty impressive. She's a lot bigger. She got like more definition. Always been a fan of Jay Fuchs. I think she has amazing physique. And I think there's a good chance she might do the show. Like I said, all I gotta do is come in. If she comes in better condition than the other ladies, she's gonna automatically get her Olympic qualification, and this will be her first Olympia. As the Rising Phoenix, as we all know, took the place of for Miss Olympia for women's bodybuilding. It's a great show, and I have somewhat issue with it. And I want to talk about it right here. One thing is that, as we all know, back in 2015, the IFBB announced that dropped women's bodybuilding for pretty much, from the whole, sessions, meaning that there will be no shows or promoters will have women's bodybuilding. But we all know what happened. Jake Ward stepped up, and he created a show for the women, and also Tim Gardner. There was only 2 people that gave a stage for female bodybuilding. You know, and then here comes the Rising Phoenix. Show's been around for 7 years. And it's a great thing. You have people like 2-time champions like Marjorie Martin, and also you have El Trevino. Also, you have Andrew Shaw, and also you have one who was champion one time. That is Popa. So the big question was, she could have kept on going, but I think she was really done. She had, I think she wanted to move on from it and focus on a new career. Now the question is, we all know there's no doubt that Andrew's going to win again. And but here's the thing I want to talk about this. This show should be more inclusive, meaning that it shouldn't just be who's winning strength ambassadors or who won qualification for the Olympia. It should be more for the ladies who want to go to the next, who want to be in the mixture. And there could be in other shows too. But the fact is, this show should be back in the past where you used to have Mr. National, which was a secondary title. It was a good secondary title for competitors who knew that, okay, I'm not going to beat Corey Houston, I'm not going to beat Linda Murray, I'm not going to beat Kim Zavetsky, I'm not going to beat Iris Kyle when they come in their best condition. Even on their worst day, it'd be tough to beat them. And it should be a secondary title. You have female body in Olympia, so why not make this show call it? You can still call it World Championship, but here's what should happen: all qualified Olympia competitors should take a step back. Because what I do is you do get points, and I think those points go to next year, I believe, because it's in November, and I think points qualification for points and qualification for the Olympia by points or either way is stops in around about the mid-September. So any shows after that is points and qualifications for next year. Now, since this show is going to be in November, that'd be great points and qualifications for competitors for next year. If Andrew Starr wins it, she had another title. Then you have, 4 more women who's going to be in the top 5, because most definitely the ones, and majority of them, might as well say, are women who already got the Olympia qualification. All they do is getting points for the next season, more or less. But, Andrew should take a step back. All the ladies who qualified take a step back, and let this show be like a regular show, like something, anything like just like the Rising Phoenix. It's like like the Chicago Pro, Portugal Pro. Also the Indy. And I hope these shows. I hope to think about do that. Think about that, Jake. If I don't know you'll listen to my channel, I don't know you do, but think about trying to make this show not just about the usual suspects, about women bodybuilding who want to compete. There's ladies who have told me that they put an application in and got turned down. Like somebody told me that Michelle Brent put her application in, she got turned down. I said, Michelle Brent, this is her last hurrah. I would say a legend like her, let her compete. This is going to be her last, competition year. She wanted to compete because in the memory of our dear friend Miss Rhonda Lee, and she put an application. She get it, being that she's a legend. She's going to be one of the last true female bodybuilders, meaning not somebody who jumped from one division to another. True female bodybuilder. I think you only really got after that. After she leaves, you just got Hella and Margie, and that's about it. Margie figure for a minute? I'm trying to remember. But yeah, Hella right now she's out because of injury. But yeah, if she retires, and Hella retire, there'll be no more true female bodybuilders. Majority of women now are from who started out doing figure or bikini, then do physique, and then going up to women's open. And Michelle being the last true female bodybuilder, she should have opportunity to be on the world bodybuilding world championship. Also other people I mentioned, I saw that they didn't like Eva Montgomery. This is her first, her second, pro show, and she wins qualification because the simple fact that she was the only woman there. But I think she should get an opportunity to compete at the Rise of Phoenix because if you're going to invite all the ladies who are getting qualification, why not invite her? Don Sali's not on the list. You just choose her and Vasic. I don't know the issue with that. The chick from Brazil, I don't think she didn't even know about application for the Rise of Phoenix. But like I said, we don't want to be like the Arnold. Don't be like the Arnold. We have to invite. No, you shouldn't invite. You should put your paperwork in, come in, compete, see how you do. You can possibly get a new car and $50,000, or you can also get those some of the other little prices that are there. Come on, think about it. I think we give you like $3,000 for best poser, then another, I think 1,500 and $500 after that. And some ladies would love to use that cash. That's money in their pocket, you know. And we help them out. I think about $50,000 the car. Here's the thing: is the car you got to pay taxes, gas, insurance. Uh, you got to make sure you got to pay that $50,000 you want. You got to pay taxes, so you might walk away with maybe $25,000, if that much. And you know, Uncle Sam comes to get his money no matter what. And that's what point is, if body room was more profitable, if they sell matches that were really excited by people. Like I said, I won't be sitting out here too much longer, and just talking about my thoughts on what show is going to be coming up. See, my partner, he might be busy or he's resting because today's a holiday for him, so he's gonna take the day off. So no offense, I understand, man. I understand. You get opportunity to lay back and to rest, especially you're working all the week. You should take it. So, but there's so much that could be done. So much that could be done for this sport of bodybuilding, and people want to change it because their ideologies, it shakes the ideologies and see the idea of women muscle. But you know what? For me, it was being a fan. I like to see a little bit better for certain ladies, a little lot more better. And and my conversation with some of these women in the past, I really learned something. They have a passion for the sport. This sport it's a test on their pockets, on their relationships, on their times. It's really a test. But like I said, if you can make the test and survive, you're pretty good. Well, it's already almost 20 minutes till 4. And like I said, I thought my partner would be here, but I understand he's probably got somewhere canoodling with some pretty little girl. Yeah. When you're young, you should have that. You should do that. You should enjoy your life. But I don't know. The question is, what's it gonna be? If we're gonna have like four, like maybe a handful of people at this show in Portugal, and then have a stack house in Chicago. Some of the girls say, I always say like this: take the opportunities we get. I remember I was talking with a lady where she missed, she could have done a show, but she didn't have enough time, and she saw the other competitors and said, you know what, I was in better condition. I'm not even halfway through my prep. I'm in better condition than them. But it's about what you want to do. You feel like you want to take the opportunity and go to a show and try to do your best. You should. I think you should. But if you feel like what, I got to twerk a few things. I got to fix a few things. I want to be just right. That's your right to do. You know. The thing is, don't try to be perfect. Just try to be good at what you do. So anyway, folks, I've been on here a good bit, and I think I'm gonna go ahead and head out. If you are in the comment section, I really appreciate y'all your likes. I mean, subscribe to my channel. I am at over 800 subscribers. I have, and I really appreciate you subscribers. I really appreciate people that reach out to me when seeing these videos. I really appreciate the people who support, this driving. Anyway, folks, I'm gonna go ahead and head out, and I hope y'all enjoy your rest of your 4th of July weekend. I mean 4th of July day. I hope you are spending with people you love and care about, friends and family. Let's remember, even though this country is independence of the country, but it wasn't independence of my people. It was like almost, another 90 years before we got no, about 80 years before we got free. Actually got free. But that's how things are. So folks, I would say this man always George Page, aka the Emperor of Female Body Talk. Don't like, subscribe. I'm out.